And more breaking news that's coming in. CBI has issued summons to actor Vijay in the Karur Stampede case for January 12th. Remember, 41 persons had died in the stampede at Vijay's Karur rally, and now the CBI has issued notice, the summons for him, the TVK leader, to appear on January 12th before the CBI. The Karur case is under investigation by the CBI after it was transferred. The investigation was transferred on court orders. Remember, 41 persons had died after the stampede that had taken place during the rally of the TVK leader. The CBI is investigating the matter. Remember, this had created a huge controversy regarding the permissions that were granted for the rally, the kind of crowd that the rally had drawn, and the kind of security and policing arrangements that had been made. Munish Pandey is joining me on the phone line on this story. Munish, what do we know about the CBI's investigation so far and the summons that has been issued to TVK leader Vijay?
Well, Anisha, the Central Bureau of Investigation has issued summons to film star turned politician Vijay, who formed the TVK party for January 12th, which is the day when he has to come for the questioning in this case. But Anisha, earlier also, the CBI had recorded statements of prominent TVK leaders on December 29 and 30th in the national headquarters. What we have been given to understand is that the CBI is probing the Karur Stampede, in which almost 41 people had lost their lives in the road show, and the CBI claims at this point of time is that they are summoning the individuals related to TVK who might have a partial role in the stampede case. The CBI sought details of the crowd management roles of each functionaries which have been summoned by the Central Bureau of Investigation. And at this point of time, CBI has decided to summon the TVK chief. Now, Anisha, what is important here is to point out is that if the CBI is able to that even TVK party was responsible for this tragedy, or the functionaries of TVK party responsible for this tragedy, then it is going to be huge blow not only for actor Vijay, turned politician, but also for the other functionaries. As far as CBI sources are concerned, they are claiming that at this point of time, they are recording this statement. They have gathered certain evidence in the case, and based on that, actor turned politician Vijay will also be questioned by the CBI if he appears in the national headquarters at CBI office on January 12th. Anisha.
Munish, you just said that actor Vijay has to come to the CBI headquarters in Delhi. Now, what do we know about the investigation that has been conducted so far? Because earlier, the TVK had submitted video evidence. The TVK has been claiming the lapses were on a part of the police as well as the state administration and not the party itself. What do we know about the investigation so far?
Well, Anisha, it is right that the TVK has been maintaining that the administration, that is, it was a state's responsibility to provide security and make the arrangements for the particular political event in which the stampede took place for the road show. But, the important point here is to point out is that the Telangana police had already filed a charge sheet in connection with this case that was on December 24th. Now, the Central Bureau of Investigation is probing the case in regards to the stampede, who was responsible for the stampede. And during the course of investigation, they have already recorded statements of certain TVK functionaries. They appeared before the CBI officials in the national capital, and now they want to record statement of TVK chief Vijay.
All right. I'm also being joined by Pramod Madhav on this story. Pramod, the CBI investigating this entire matter. The questions have been asked about security arrangements, crowd management, how so many people were allowed to come in, who is responsible for the tragedy that had happened. So far, what do you know about the investigation? As Munish was saying, many people have already been questioned. The state police had also filed a charge sheet on this matter. What more do we know about what is happening? And more importantly, what effect is this happening on taking on the ground?
I'm sure the very important aspect here is that like 41 people died in September of 27, and so that's a reason right now as we speak. This case also went to the CBI, and it also took a very serious political repercussion in the state of Tamil Nadu. In fact, as we speak, even here, the back to 2 days earlier, Naina Nagendran, the BJP state president, actually blamed Senthil Balaji, the leader from DMK, for which Senthil Balaji has also reacted. But the important aspect is that this is an event that was conducted by Tamil Nadu Vechi Kadagam, which means the leader of that particular party was there. We saw what happened. He was the one who was on the ground. So that's the reason the CBI is also being said, like we've been told that CBI has called him for an inquiry because earlier it was Busi Anand, it was Nirmal Kumar and Adav Arjuna who was called in by CBI. Several questions were asked, and even Adav Arjuna, after finishing, he came forward and said that the truth must come out, truth must prevail, and those responsible must face justice, and that is why they are cooperating. In fact, they have given all the video evidence and such. But the important aspect here is that several questions are being asked about the arrangements done. On one side, the Tamil Nadu government and the law and order, that department very clearly mentions that a permission was given only for a certain number of period, but it completely turned into a huge procession, and attempts were made by TVK, especially Vijay's team, to actually bring the crowd to a certain position, even against the advice of the police over there. So it's being said that that was the reason for the stampede where 41 people died, while TVK claims that it was a ploy to tarnish TVK leader Vijay. So these are the things that CBI needs to investigate in detail, and that is why summons are being issued right now, Anisha.
Well, Pramod, we've seen, as you just mentioned, this has created a huge political slugfest, the TVK and the DMK targeting each other. The TVK, of course, we saw how they claimed that it was the DMK government who was trying to create a situation where this kind of stampede had occurred. The DMK, of course, saying that it was the TVK leaders who were responsible. At the moment, since this is a case that is under investigation by the CBI, what do we know about the ongoing investigation? As Manish was also saying, many people have been questioned.
Surely is, Anisha. The important aspect is that the team that was led by the CBI inquiry, the team apparently came to Karur. They went to several locations, and only after they took evidence, forensic details and everything from that area, it was their place was allowed to be clean. In fact, even before that, we had a special investigation team. And I want to reiterate, in the past 2 days, more than DMK and TVK blaming each other, it is actually BJP and DMK doing this right now. Because when Home Minister Amit Shah was present day before yesterday at Pudukkottai, it was Naina Nagendran, the state president of BJP, who actually claimed that he openly said that he is blaming Senthil Balaji for the death of 41 people over there. For which now Senthil Balaji has also reiterated, claiming that if that is the reason, very seriously stating that Naina Nagendran only has half knowledge and he's doing it for political reasons. So this is definitely going to play a very important role in this election as well, Anisha.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Pramod Madhav, bringing us the entire political slugfest that is happening, even as the CBI has called Vijay for questioning.